Welcome, fellow masters. Today we're about to go through another episode of Clairvoyance EX, a show where we take a look at the next upcoming month and see what's happening next at FGO. And this time we're talking about November. The end of 2022 is upon us, with 2023 slowly moving in. But there are quite a few things that you're going to want to know that's happening, and we are going to discuss those things right now. But before we get started, we're going to take a moment to thank a sponsor of today's video, Buy-E. That's right, our friends at Buy-E are back, and they are here to offer you a modern solution to your anime and gaming problems. Is there a limited time wall scroll that you're looking for that you just can't find, and when you do find it, it's super expensive? Or is there an art book from one of your favorite artists that you cannot find at any local bookstore near you? Fear not! Buy-E is going to offer you a chance to shop on any of the local Japanese websites. From the more prolific website, as in the Japanese Yahoo auction, to the more local side of things, you'll be able to shop for almost anything that you can think of. That could be the art book that you wanted, that could be the wall scroll that you wanted, that can be the secret sauce dojin that you want. No matter what it is, you will find it here. The best part is, they ship all of these items directly to you. If you buy multiple items from Buy-E, they are a proxy shipping service. So they put all the items that you purchase into one package and they ship it directly to you. So yeah, the more things you buy, the better the deal is. And my friends at Buy-E have a wonderful gift for you. If you decide to try out Buy-E by clicking the link down in the description down below, you will actually get 2,000 yen off of your first purchase. That's right, that is equivalent to $20 US. That is definitely gonna help when it comes to buying things off this website. So if that sounds like something you are interested in, definitely look down below, click the link in the description, use that 2,000 yen off your first purchase coupon, and enjoy those goodies, because trust me, you will not regret it. Now back to the video. The first thing we have is the November exchange ticket. This month, we have the options of Eternal Ice, Homunculus Babies, and Stake of the Wailing Knight. That's right, Stake of the Wailing Knight is an item that most service needs a lot of. When I say a lot, I mean 100 to 200 generally. So this is an item that you're definitely going to want to pick up, but if you don't have any service that needs stakes, definitely get the other two items as you wish when you log in every day this month. Next up, there is all the lovely updates that we received recently. There are so many updates here that I'm not going to have time to go over all of them, but just stay tuned and you will definitely see what's going to be happening with all these updates. For now, let's talk about another download campaign. This one focusing on Murasaki Shikibu. So as normal with these login campaigns, you're gonna have the normal cumulative login bonus with the consecutive login bonus. So as long as you log in for these 7 days and log in for the 4 days in a row, you're gonna get a lot of wonderful goodies, including 1 rare mana prism and 10 summoning tickets. We also gonna have more download extra missions, which is just leveling up any craft essence. From level 10 to all the way to 100, you're gonna get multiple Zane chords here. A total of 20, I might add. But that is not all. You once again are gonna have a chance to get the new revival item, the revival gem. And all you need to do is complete these extra limited missions here, completing any main quest in Arc 1 and 2 multiple times. From 1 to 7, you're gonna get 14 Saint quartz and 7 revival gems. And to go along with that, the main campaign is gonna be, once again, a fourth of the cost. So this is going to include the main campaign from Arc 1 all the way to Arc 2. Unfortunately, this does not include the Epic of Remnants, but fear not, they will have their time another day. But you'll also have your normal Great and Super Success times 2, as well as all daily quests being open. So now you no longer have to wait for the special day to get that special item. All of them will be open, so feel free to farm to your heart's content. And for a limited time, all free quests for the first time clear is going to be half of its AP costs. So all you have to do is clear Lost Bowl 5 Part 2, and then eventually you'll just be able to do this. So if you're behind in your free quest, now is actually a good time to take advantage of that. First time clear at half AP, very nice. Especially because the more free quests that you complete, the more Saint Course that you get later down the line. Next up, we have a new mana prism in the exchange shop. It's Take Romance. Another CE with Dr. Romani. Pour one out for the homie. But yes, this is 1% QP and master experience when a quest is cleared. And of course, it's going to cost a 5,000 mana prism to get all 5 copies. Definitely go ahead and do this. You have a limited time to grab this before it is put back in the rare mana prism shop, like Detective Phones. That's right, the Detective Foams CE will actually be in the Rare Mana Prism shop, so if you missed it, for one Rare Mana Prism, you will actually be able to get it back in your Mana Prism shop indefinitely. Once more, it is still 5,000 Mana Prisms, and if you already have copies, you will not get more. You will only get the copies that you need to get to completely max limit break it. And we can't have a download campaign without having a summoning banner to go along with it, and for this it is Murasaki Shikibu's solo banner along with the Valentines CEs that come along with that event. Say what you will about Murasaki Shikibu, you might like her, you might not. These CEs on the other hand are fantastic, though you will have a chance to get them in future Valentine's Day events. They are still very good. I will not recommend rolling on this though, because this month is packed with 1,000 times more value than this. As good as these CEs are, you're gonna have to skip them unless this is your waifu, because we are preparing for Lost Belt 5.5. Kyo Prerelease Campaign is coming, and the only thing you have to do to get these wonderful goodies is clear Olympus. That is Lost Belt 5.2. Though it is very strongly recommended that you also clear Shimosa as well. A lot of the story elements that happen in Kyo are based off of Shimosa. If you don't clear that, there's gonna be a lot of things that you may not fully understand, and there's more narrative payoff if you do so. Plus, it's kind of my favorite epic remnant, so please do that. Friend points will be doubled for a certain amount of service as well. Say Shoningen, Shuten Doji, Kato Danzo, Tamamono Mai, Murasaki Shikibu, and the lovely berserkers Kintoki, Raiko, and Ibaraki Doji. What's more is that we have 3 new strengthening quests as well for Kintoki, Kato Danzo, and Ibaraki. Let's get into what exactly those are right now. For Kintoki, he is getting a Noble Phantasm upgrade. His Golden Spark ability had a chance to stun an enemy. It also ignored defensive buffs to one enemy. And now, not only is the damage getting increased, but you also reduce the buster resistance by 30% for 2 turns. That is fantastic. Even though it doesn't happen before damage, the fact is, if you have Kintoki against an enemy that still survives Noble Phantasm, well, guess what? Kintoki's gonna hit them even harder the next time. Next up, we have an MP upgrade for Kato Danzo. As you can see here is an AoE Noble Phantasm, and it deals extra damage to demonic enemies. But now, not only will the damage be increased on this Noble Phantasm, but it also increases the party's buster performance by 20% for 3 turns, putting Kato Danzo in a bit of a supportive role here, especially if you have some buster. I feel like she could use a little bit more than just this to make her overall as a unit better, but this is a pretty good buff, so I'm happy with it. Lastly, we have the Disengage skill from Ibaraki Doji. This is the 2nd skill, and it's a fantastic skill on the Berserker in my head. But guess what? It gets even better. It turns into Rampage of the Oni, A+. Removes one ally's debuff, so now it makes it targetable. Recovers their HP, but also increases their critical damage, and also increases one Shuten Doji ally's attack for 3 turns. If a Shuten Doji ally is alive on the battlefield, it charges their own MP gauge by 20%. So we got ourselves a little bit of Shuten Doji tribal going on with Ibaraki. Ibaraki cares if there's a Shuten Doji on the battlefield. Even if she's not there, the fact that it increases critical damage for a turn makes it even better. This is win more. You also clear any ally's buff. So now it gives her the flexibility, not just something that takes care of herself, but she actually cares about other people here. I'm pretty proud of her little banana Oni. She's growing up. Not only that, but we also have a banner where you have a chance to summon Kintoki, Ibaraki Doji, Kato Danzo, and Raiko themselves. Once more, another really strong bait banner, honestly. Kato Danzo and Ibaraki Doji will be on the banner both times, with Kintoki and Raiko swapping spots, as it were. Now, what makes this campaign a little bit tempting here is that Dumpling Over Flowers is a fantastic quick-based craft essence. It increases quick performance by 15%, but also increases MP damage by 15%. And with quick needing that extra little boost in damage, this CE is fantastic. Let's say you don't have that. The 4-star CE is just as good. The Faithful Dog Who Waits. Not only is it actually sexy, it increases art performance by 8% and also increases MP generation rate by 15%. For those arts lovers out there, this is a fantastic CE. But again, unfortunately,
It's a trap!
But enough about this pre-release stuff, let's talk about Kyo's actual release. The Lost Bell 5.5 releases sometime this month. They haven't given us a hardcore date, but they did promise they wanted this to come out in November, so you had to expect it fairly soon. Now before, when this came around, we got some cool updates. A lot of these we already have now, so I'm not sure we'll be getting anything else, especially with all the updates that we got recently. But who knows, they might push something forward a little bit, so keep your eyes on that. The fantastic thing is our boy Kintoki gets a new costume. This is the new costume that you can get for free for playing this event to its completion. This is the outfit that he's worn in the past. Look at them abs.
Well, oh my god, you could grind meat on it.
As well as 2 new materials, Rainbow Yarn and Demonic Flame Hozaki. Now, these items might actually seem familiar for you because Lysengo actually put those items early in previous events. So you might actually have some of these by now, but this is exactly when they actually came about. But I forgot to mention something very small and minute. Look at that screen and zoom in. Master level cap increased from 150 to 160.
For real?
You have even more master levels to grind. All you wonderful whales that have been at level 150, unlike me who's stuck at 144. That means more friend point slots and more room to place your wonderful units in your party. And now we have a banner that I'm sure its fragments, it's frothing at the mouth over. Yes, it is the banner with Ashaya Doma and a 4-star saber, Watanabe no Suna. Now, most people may not care about the bowl cut wearing saber, but he's actually a fantastic Archbuster unit that will definitely come in handy, especially if you're dealing with demons. But more importantly, Ashia Doma is here finally. The limited alter ego that we've seen countless times finally brought low and into our Chaldea. Look at that cat-like smile. You know you want him. On top of that, he is fantastic. If you're quick and you're evil or chaotic or all of the above, you are going to benefit the most from Ashaya Doma. He loves anyone that is chaotic and evil, and if you're quick, you get even more bonuses. He is someone that can be a great support, but also can be a great unit himself. He enables quite a few strategies to be used with a variety of servants. This is why all those previous banners were bait, because Ashia Doma is very good, even if the CEs that you see here aren't that great in retrospective. Granted, Charm of Love is not bad, not to say the least. It is an attack CE that starts you with 40% MP with only 1 copy, and then also MP overcharge plus 2 stages for 1 time, and increases debuff success rate. So that's nothing to scoff at, plus we get multiple copies, it goes to 50% and 2000 attack. But these are new permanent gacha CEs, so you don't need to worry about that. You will get them in time. They are not worth rolling for. But you know who is worth rolling for? Ibuki Doji. That's right, the new limited buster AoE Saber. She is fantastic, so very good. Ashia Doma and Ibuki Doji are back to back. That's right, this is campaign banner number 2, and she is the only new servant on this banner, complete with Medea Lily, Charles Babbage, and Hohenheim. If you don't have those units already, you will have them now, because Ibuki is definitely a must roll. Though I know a few of you are not going to roll for Ibuki Doji, because there is another saber that is coming down the pipeline very soon. But we'll talk about him in December. We're going to focus on the now. And now, Charles Babbage has a strengthening as well. How about that? His strengthening is going to focus on his 3rd skill, Overlord D, which actually increases his own MP damage for a turn and has a 500% chance to inflict a burn unstackable with 300 damage for 5 turns itself. Not the best, but it turns into Steam Engine Output Rising B. Increases his own MP damage for 3 turns now. It also increases his own critical damage for a turn. And he also gains 20 to 30 crit stars. My goodness, that is a fantastic ability. I mean, look at that. It is very stacked and it's very good for an offensive caster like Charles Babbage. Very good skill. Proud of that guy. But that's not all Kyo has to offer. Ibuki Doji has another costume that you can get, something that's related to the story as well. You can go ahead and get it if you pay the cost, and I'm not sure if you want to pay that cost. It costs fire leaves. There are a lot of servants that need fire leaves, quite a few. So unless you just have a surplus of fire leaves just sitting on your back porch, I don't think you want to use that. But if you love Ibuki Doji, do what you want, ignore what I'm saying. It's all about the waifu and husbando at the end of the day. I'm just here telling you what we got coming in November, but we have more. You see, we here on the FGO NA server has something that JP does not. The FGO Thanksgiving Special. Every year around Anime NYC time, which should be happening on this date here, they announce something special, our own Thanksgiving special. A login bonus that is definitely going to give you some sort of Saint Quartz, as well as some quality of life changes. We've gotten things from subtitles in Noble Phantasms to finally having subtitles when you're leveling up your units. A summoning campaign. Last year, we had Okita, Skahawk, Nero Claudius Caster, Zhang Yu, Jack the Ripper, Semi Reigns, and James Mori freaking Yardy on banner rate up. Some of these servers have not received a rate up in JP very recently, and now you have a very good chance to get that unit themselves. Granted, you have a short window to do this. They only were around for a day, so you had to pick and choose which one you wanted, and you had to do it quick, which makes this a very tough banner to sell. It all depends on what they show on that Anime NYC special, because I'm telling you, Ibuki Doji and Ashaya Doma are two of the servants of the year. These are the last two very good servants that you're gonna get this year. And unfortunately, they're not gonna be the last. 2023 is gonna be very hard on everyone's savings, whether you're free to play or the biggest whale. I wish y'all luck for that. But that's gonna end this episode of Clairvoyance X. Now I know that we had some more updates that were just recently shown, and it came to my attention that not many people knew what these updates were. Do not worry, I want you to keep a lookout on this channel. I'll actually be uploading another video going over every single update in detail that we just received, because there's more than just animation updates we got. They push forward a lot, and you're gonna wanna know exactly what those things are. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys there.